today's speech, I'm going to be showing you how to apply foundation. Most women today wear makeup, and the most common type of makeup is foundation. Foundation is skin-colored makeup that is applied to the face to create an even, uniform color to the complexion and to cover flaws. Today in this speech, I'll be demonstrating the proper steps and techniques to applying foundation and what is highlighting and contouring. The first step whenever you're doing makeup is to make sure you have a clean face. And the next step is to moisturize. That's pretty basic, but going on to how to actually apply foundation, you want to start with a primer. And what primer does is it doesn't allow the makeup to seep into the pores and cause breakouts. It also creates for a luminous finish. So you're just going to start by applying it to the face. And this is my model, so you guys can kind of see how you properly apply foundation. You can pick any kind of primer that suits your skin the best. I chose a luminous for her skin because she has dry skin. So it'll create a dewy and luminous finish. Next, you're going to want to go into foundation. You can choose any kind of foundation that fits your needs. If you have oily skin, you might try matte. If you have dry skin, you might try a luminous one. Whenever you're picking a shade, you want to make sure that it matches your neck. So instead of doing the arm test, you want to pull it down from the face to the neck to make sure it matches your skin tone. Alright, and we'll just blend that out. Then when you're applying your foundation, you want to go in dots across the face. If you just go in using a heavy-handed amount of foundation, you can create a cakey finish, and you do not want to do that. So here I'm just applying the dots to the face, not too many, and if you need more, you can always go back and apply more. Next, I'm going to be taking a tapered small-haired brush. And the reason you want to use a very small-haired brush is because it doesn't allow for makeup to get smeared, and you just want to press into the skin. And the reason you want to press into the skin is because it doesn't allow it to look streaky. And you just go in little pat motions. And so you're just going to pat until it is all into the skin. Once it is all into the skin, you're going to want to take concealer. And this is where highlighting and contouring comes into play. When highlighting, you want to go to 4 areas of the face. You want to apply some to the forehead, look up, to the under eye, to the bridge of the nose, and to the chin. These are the areas you want to brighten on your face. And typically I like to take a sponge or a beauty blender to blend this out. And you just want to pat in your eyes until it has been fully blended. The next step is contouring. And contouring is going to the parts of your face that you want to shrink or you want to deepen and create a more chiseled effect. And so you're going to go to 4 areas of face, that being the forehead, the outsides of the bridge of the nose, the under parts of the cheekbones, and to the bottom of the jaw. Now, if you have a very prominent jaw or prominent cheekbone line, you don't necessarily have to. This is just to make it look more deepened and have a better effect. After that, you want to kind of take a little brush. I use this one because it just allows it to be smoothed out. And you want to blend that in. And you want to be really careful when you're blending this in because sometimes you can have a line if you didn't get it good enough. And you're just going to blend. After this, I sometimes like to take my foundation brush and just kind of go back and pat, just to make sure everything is blended and is even. The next step is applying powder. This is a shade that matches your skin tone and will complement it nicely. When using a powder brush, you want to use one that's fluffy and has a lot of long hairs. And whenever you're using powder, you want to make sure you dab it off, just so there's no excess powder. Then you want to apply it all over the face. After this step, we're going to move on to what is called baking. And baking is allowing makeup or translucent powder to sit in certain areas that are going to crease, such as the under eyes, the forehead, and the sides of the nose, and sometimes the chin. Open your eye for me. And you just want to apply it here. You can normally leave it there for about 5 minutes, but sometimes I just go ahead and brush it off because you don't always need to let it sit because sometimes it can become kind of cakey. Okay. After that step, you want to do what is called contouring, and we already talked about that with the liquid form, but this is kind of going back with the darker shade like a bronzer, and using kind of a tapered, fluffy brush, you want to kind of go back over that line you created earlier. And you just want to kind of go back and forth with circular motions. After this step, you want to use blush. And blush is pretty standard. You want to use kind of an angled brush to use it. And once again, it is fluffy. All powders are fluffy. And if you smile, you can create that apple on the cheek effect, and that's where you're going to apply your blush. You can use any color that suits your skin tone. After this step, you want to do, or you don't have to do, what is called highlighting. And what you're going to do is take some highlighting shimmer powder and you're going to apply it to certain areas of the face, such as the sides of the upper parts of the cheekbones, the tip of the nose, the bridge of the nose. You can also do it on the brow bone, the inner corner, the cupid's bow, and the chin. After you have completed that, you want to set your face with setting spray. You can use any kind that suits your needs, and you just normally want to do it in like a cross pattern or an X pattern to really get those parts of your face that will help the makeup stay as long as you want it to stay. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you learned a little bit more about how to apply foundation.